Yeah, watch. You're doing Shema, Kiddush. You're doing with him, so you don't have to find one and I don't know. All right.
So I'm just doing the first one.
Then what? Of the Kiddush? Yes.
Okay.
Whatever you're comfortable with. Don't stress about it. All right. Okay. So I thought we would. Usually we do Matovu first, but because I thought this would calm them down and then do that.
Sense.
Okay. So, and that way we can invite.
Is Erica here?
No, I was just looking for her. I don't see her.
Okay. This says page 5. I guess that's it. All right.
Make sure my sound is
I almost don't want to interrupt because the buzz and the energy and the joy in the room is really infectious. But if I don't stop it, you'll be angry at me when dinner happens a whole lot later. So I'm going to invite you to turn to page 5. Shalom Aleichem. Cantor will lead us in that. And please find a seat as we all get settled.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashavet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Kadosh Baruch Hu Barchuni leShalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Tzedchem leShalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Cantor, it was not even supposed to be sunny today. And it's a beautiful day, and I almost wish I'd gone camping. Would you like to go camping?
No.
How am I going to get to the segue about Ma Tovu and how goodly are your tents, O Israel, if I get shut down by you?
Yeah, well, you're making me very tense.
Oh, I guess you have a stake in that.
Okay.
Tense.
Thank you. We'll be here all night.
We will be here all night if we keep this up. It is a beautiful custom that when we have a bar bat mitzvah family that comes on the evening, that we open the ark and invite everyone to stand for the prayer Ma Tovu. You can find that on page 101, which says, "How goodly are your tents, O Israel, your dwellings, Jacob." It was said by the prophet Bilam. And it is a sort of welcoming or invocation as Amari sort of enters the tent of Jewish adulthood. So I'll invite you to rise. The ark is open. Elaine, Jonathan, you guys are up.
Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, ma tovu alecha Yaakov. O Alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Ma tovu Alecha בחסדך, אבוא ביתך, אשתחווה לך על קודשך ביראתך. אדוני אהבתי מעון ביתך, ומקום משכן כבודך, כבודך. מה טובו עליך יעקב, מה טובו עליך יעקב, מה טובו, מה טובו אוהליך יעקב. משכנותיך ישראל, משכנותיך ישראל, מה טובו, מה טובו אוהליך יעקב. שכוח.
Please be seated. We'll turn back to page 11. Page 11 for Lechuna Ranana.
לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. נריה, נריה לצור אישנו, נקדמה פניו בתודה. נריה, נריה לצור אישנו, בזמירו נריה לו. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו, 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 לכו נרננה, לכו, 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 לכו נרננה. כי אל גדול אדוני, ומלך גדול על כל אלוהים, אשר בידו מחקרי הארץ, ותועפות ההרים לו. לכו, 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 לכו נרננה, לכו, 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 לכו נרננה. אשר לא הים והוא עשהו, ויבשת ידיו יצרו. בואו נשתחווה ונקרא, נברכה לפני אדוני עושנו. לכו, 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 לכו נרננה, לכו, 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 לכו נרננה. כי הוא אלוהינו, ואנחנו אמר איתו, וצור ידו, היומים בקולו תשמעו. לכו, 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 לכו נרננה, לכו, 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 לכו נרננה. אל תקשו לבכם כי מריבה, כיום מסע במדבר, אשר ניסוני אבותיכם, בחנוני גם ראו פועלי. לכו, 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 לכו נרננה, לכו, 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 לכו נרננה. 40 שנה כל מדור, אמרם תועל לבבם, והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי באפי, אם יבואון על מנוחתי.
Let's turn to 21. Make sure I have the right page that I wanted. I think I don't. Forgive me. Yeah, page 13. This is not a psalm that we normally recite on our Kabbalat Shabbat service, and if this is your first time, this first part of the Friday night service is really a collection from the book of Psalms. And on page 13, there's a beautiful commentary because the psalm itself says, Shir l'Adonai shir chadas, sing to God a new song. And the great Hasidic commentator, Rabbi Levi Yitzhak of Berdichev, says, at each stage of our religious development, as our sense of God's wonder deepens, we sing differently to God. We sing a new song. And I was really thinking about you, Amari, and with that connection, because of course you're entering into a new stage as you become bar mitzvah, a Jewish adult. But it's not the end of your Jewish life, it's the beginning. And for all of us, right, if we get stuck at a certain level of religious, spiritual development, it's hard to sing that new song, and it becomes stale in some way. And so Levi Yitzhak is reminding us, encouraging us to continue with all the other things we do to grow in our lives, to also do that when it comes to God, spirituality, and our religious life. We'll turn now to page 21.
21.
קודש כל אדוני על המים אל הכבוד ירים אדוני על מים מים רבים כל אדוני וכוח כל אדוני מהדר כל אדוני שובר ארזים וישבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון וסיריון כמו ונרמים כל אדוני חוצם להבות אש כל אדוני יכין מדבר יכין אדוני מדבר קדש כל אדוני יכול לילות ויחשוף יערות ובחלו לא מרכבו אדוני על המבול ישב וישב אדוני מלך לעולם אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום איי 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 איי
Sorry, some people came in late.
We are going to be here all night. Page 23, 25, we're going to turn there for the first two and last two stanzas of Lecha Dodi, this beautiful medieval compilation by Shlomo Alkabetz, and just the refrain that we'll keep singing, and everything is transliterated, by the way, into red letters at the bottom of the pages if you want to follow along that way. But Lecha Dodi, come my beloved to welcome the bride. Shabbat is viewed as a bride. And let us greet Shabbat as she arrives. And first of all, that line works in so many ways. Is come my beloved, speaking to your beloved, that other human being. That's one interpretation. But it's really sort of viewed as one's own soul. And I think just the idea of speaking to your own soul, calling it your beloved, and asking it to accompany you is itself a really powerful statement and sort of practice. So first two stanzas on 23, final on 2 on 25.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תריצי. על יד איש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני אנשי גאולה. בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated. There are these profound moments in Judaism that often almost pass by unremarked. And one of them, in a moment, we're going to recite the Nichum Avalim, the special line of comfort to mourners. What is startling about this is that normally Shiva, the practice of that week-long grief, is ended when Shabbat comes, or put on hold until after Shabbat, because there's no public forms of mourning. Why? Because the needs of the community to celebrate have to come first. Life is always filled with loss, and if we were to stop the community celebration, there would never be a chance for the community to have Shabbat together. And yet, in the middle of Kabbalat Shabbat, we pause, and we actually offer words of comfort. And so there's this tension, this flip side to it. And so as we sort of recall Gary Weinstein, who passed recently, I just want to offer to Carolyn, I saw you earlier, where are you? Hamakom yenachem etchem betok shar avleit Zion v'Yerushalayim. It's the second week now, I guess, since we laid Gary to rest. But the community does this. We go in and out of taking care of you, of course, and then being what was so important to Gary and you, supporting the community as a whole. And we're able to manage both of those pieces simultaneously.
Please turn to page 27. Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך באמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני. עלי עשור בליל נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור, כי שימחתני אדוני פעולך במעשה ידיך רנן, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני. לך יחסי לו יבין את זאת ברוח רשעים לעולם אדוני.
In the middle of page 28.
צדיק אתה יפרח כארז בלבנון, יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון בסבע, דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד, כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא עמלתה ולמלאכים לבש. העדותיך נמנו מאוד לביתך, נא בקודש אדוני לאורך ימים.
Thank you, Cantor. Tonight, I can't really say in place of a sermon because I'm going to speak. But tonight, I want to offer you some key insights from a recent article by Jack Wertheimer that appeared in Mosaic magazine in the last week and a half about the state of American Judaism. And the name of the talk tonight is The Stone of Losses. Jack is a leading Jewish sociologist. He studies what's happening in the Jewish community. He's also a friend and a former congregant of mine when I served in New York. And in his article, he reviews how the Jewish world has changed since October 7th, using interviews and research that he called from hundreds of sources. Before we go there, though, I want to tell you about the stone of losses, and the rock in the road. The Talmud recounts that in Jerusalem there was a large rock known as the Stone of Losses. Anyone who lost or found an object would go there. The person who found something would call out what the object was. I have here a cell phone. Okay, maybe that was not the object they found back then. While the person who lost the object would describe its simanim, its identifying marks, so that the finder would be sure that the person claiming it was the rightful owner. And in this way, that which was lost could be found again. The rock in the road, meanwhile, is a folk tale. According to legend, a king places a large, heavy stone in the middle of a road and hides nearby to observe how his subjects will respond. Many complain, who left this pothole? Who left this big rock in the middle of the road? And some walk around it. Finally, a poor person struggles to move the stone out of the way for everyone else, and in so doing, finds a bag of gold underneath, placed there by the king as a reward for those willing to act. These two illustrations highlight that since October 7th, the Jewish community has lost so much, yet we've also found incredible things. Likewise, the past year has been a very large stone that we have encountered at every turn. How we choose to deal with it will determine what the Jewish future in America looks like. Will we avoid it, or will we work with it so that, as with the stone of losses, we can find that which we lost and the treasure that awaits? Unprecedented anti-Semitism. October 7th marked a turning point. On October 6th, we had faith and trust in important American institutions, including universities, media outlets, political allies. We thought we belonged and had a place in America, and I am not here to say that we no longer do, but if we're being honest, we know how many Jews have experienced betrayal and ostracism, both socially and professionally, as anti-Israel sentiment surged in progressive and public spaces. As American and now global anti-Semitism have surged in unprecedented ways, we've also lost our innocence. The rock of anti-Semitism is so large that it's hard to know how to respond. Yet respond the Jewish community did in three main ways. We mobilized our financial resources in an unbelievable wave of Jewish philanthropy. We increased our Jewish engagement. Look at all of you here tonight. And whereas in recent decades, Jewish activism has been focused on every group but the Jews, now we have been active on our own behalf as well. Philanthropically, Wertheimer notes that American Jews responded to October 7th by raising billions for Israel and Jewish causes, demonstrating a deep-seated commitment to their identity and the Jewish state, with many people donating to Jewish causes for the first time in their lives. Emergency campaigns raised over $1.4 billion, and Israel bonds sold $3 billion in a few months. Increased engagement. But it wasn't just about the money. Many previously disengaged Jews sought connection, leading to surges in synagogue attendance, Jewish educational programs, and campus initiatives like Hillel and Chabad. Younger Jews and previously unaffiliated individuals became more involved in Jewish life, with some non-Jews converting to Judaism in solidarity. And this last point has touched me deeply. I know Cantor and Rabbi Posen as well. You might think that the surge of hatred would make people who were considering conversion have second thoughts. But again and again, our clergy team has brought to the mikveh people who stated that the Jew hatred solidified who they were by deepening their sense of connection to the Jewish people. Grassroots activism. Finally, as anti-Semitism spread to our public schools and campuses, we took all the skills of activism that we had learned helping other minorities and have begun to leverage that to keep our own safe. Parents and local groups formed networks to combat anti-Semitic curriculum being pushed by members of the Portland Teachers Union here and, of course, around the country. We acted, and we continue to do so. What has been so moving about the challenges of this period is that we acted as a complete people. We didn't just give money or engage as activists or involve ourselves in Jewish life. We have done it all. As we have seen how much was at stake, we return to the stone of losses to reclaim that which is ours. challenges and failures. At the same time, Wertheimer recounts our many challenges and failures. Jewish community relations organizations struggled to counteract the betrayal of progressive allies and address systemic issues like the growing influence of anti-Zionist and also anti-Semitic ideologies in academia and politics. We're also facing a decline in the donor base. Despite all that money we raised and the rise of new donors, the total donor pool has declined. And while that has been counteracted by older donors giving more, it does not bode well for the future. Additionally, we've discovered the limited effectiveness many of our organizations have in combating anti-Semitism. We see more clearly vulnerabilities in American Jewish communal life. For example, younger Jews often raised on Tikkun Olam lacked a strong connection to Jewish peoplehood or Zionism, leaving them unprepared for the ideological battles they faced. Similarly, our Jewish education has been exposed for the ways we prioritize universal values over particular Jewish commitments. I'm grateful, however, that here at CNS we manage this balance better than most. Finally, Wertheimer recounts that many Jewish organizations struggled to adapt to the increased interest in Jewish engagement, facing staffing shortages and a lack of strategic planning. All the pundits, after all, not that long ago, were predicting the death of legacy Jewish institutions. Many of them, such as this shul, have proved them wrong, demonstrating a robustness that surprised our critics who imagined a Jewish future without synagogues. How wrong they were. So what are the key takeaways? While highlighting the many treasures we found beneath the rock in the road, Wertheimer reminds us that we need to address our political naivety, educational gaps, and declining communal cohesion. He sees the best response to those is to renew our focus on Jewish peoplehood, strategic alliances, and education to ensure the community's resilience in the face of future challenges. The stone of losses and the rock in the road remind us that obstacles and loss are unavoidable points of our lives, of any life. In fact, they define the background of all life better than anything else. But they are only the background. Our response to obstacles and loss become the foreground, which require us to focus. Among the many powerful narratives in this week's Torah reading, such as the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, we also read the Akedat Yitzhak, the binding of Isaac. And while the binding of Isaac eludes easy interpretation, it raises enduring questions about faith and sacrifice. More than anything, after October 7th, the Jewish future will be determined by what we are willing to sacrifice for our values, our people, and our 4,000-year lineage. Ultimately, when future historians look back at this period, more than anything, they will see the quality of our faith embedded in the choices we make today. May we choose wisely. Shabbat Shalom. I invite you to rise, page 39.
ברכו את אדוני מבורך,
Baruch Adonai Mevorach L'olam Va'ed.
מבורך לעולם ועד.
Please be seated.
העולם. ומעביר יום מביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המריב הרבים.
Page 40, eternal love, right? The world can sometimes make you think there's no love in it, but it ain't ever true. The love is everywhere. We just need to tune into it, to remind ourselves, to look for it. And this prayer is one such reminder.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה 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 ומצוות חוקים חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת תורה 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 ומצוות חוקים חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך נשיח בחוקיך תורה 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 ומצוות חוקים חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו והם נגי יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים תורה 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 ומצוות חוקים חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
One in the middle of the Mari is going to help lead us in the Shema, our central declaration of faith, page 41.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. והיה אם שמעו אותו שזה ישר אנוכי צדק. ושמתם דברי אלה עליך. ויאמר לבן אשר אמר דבר בני ישראל מתה עליהם לעצום ציצית הכפית.
ויאמר אדוני ירושלמו
שם זוהים המן תזכיר.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
אמת, יישר כוח. Thank you, Mari.
Seat again. We're going to get to see and hear a lot more from Amari tomorrow, so stay tuned for, and a little bit more tonight as well, but so stay tuned. We'll continue now on page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון כבדו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לכנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף אלה מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה ליאנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר יפדה אדוני את יעקב גאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
You know, Canner, I know we both were up working pretty late last night, so there are times you really need a lullaby. Sometimes just because you're worried about stuff and you need something to calm you down before sleep, and sometimes to remind us to go to sleep. So Hashkivenu is that prayer that reminds us about lying down and rising up, and that God's presence is with us at each moment of the day.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים, לחיים, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, שלומך, שלומך ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך, מלפניך והושיענו למען שמך והגן בעדנו והסר מעלינו דבר וחרב ורב ויגון השכיבנו לשלום, שלום והסר שטן מלפנינו, לפנינו, לפנינו ומאחרינו, אחרינו, אחרינו, אחרינו ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו, תסתירנו, תסתירנו כי אל שומרנו, שומרנו, שומרנו מצילנו אתה כי אל מלך חנון ורחום אתה השכיבנו, השכיבנו לשלום, שלום ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
We'll rise, Vishamru, page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם בששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבה ויהי נפש. יתגדל ויתקדש שמר רבה, ועל מה דיברה כאילו וימליך מלכותה, בך יכול ומכל וחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. ישמרה במברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמח דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמא ויאמרו אמן.
And we now have time for silent reflection, page 47 through 52, or as your heart prompts you for the Amidah.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. La שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו
You who make peace in the high places, spread a great peace over all of us here, all of your children in every corner of the world. 53 Magen Avot.
מגן אבות מדברו מחיי מתים ממאמרו אל הקדוש אין כמוהו לילה 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 המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו טבעם רצה להניח להם לפניו נעבוד ברם ופחד ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד לילה 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 ברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת וברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה לעמד ושני עונג זכר למעשה וראשית לילה 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 לילה
Beautiful. We are going to continue Kaddish Shalem, page 54, closing out this part of the service. There's still another section coming, just so no one's confused.
יתגדל וקדש שמר רבה ועל מה דיברה כאילו תבניך מלכותה בחיי חון ובמכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה בזמן קריב מרו אמן יהי שמר רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר בתרומם וינשא ותדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קדושה בריחו לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה מרו אמן תתקבל סותיהון ובאתון דכל ישראל קודם אבוהון דבשמיא אמרו אמן יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיא וחיים עלינו וכל ישראל אמרו אמן עושה שלום ממרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו וכל ישראל וכל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן.
I'm going to call you, Amari, back up. We're on page 55. We're going to be making Kiddush in a second. And sometimes we just don't notice because we do it as one unit, but the Kiddush is actually two sections or two different prayers. One for the wine or grape juice, and now that you are a Jewish adult, we'll let you say the prayer over grape juice. And the second half over Shabbat itself. So you'll start with the part of the grape juice, and then we'll join together for the part which sanctifies the day of Shabbat. Please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'atzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikon lemahaseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, בהיותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
Is it real wine? He's not driving home tonight.
Wait, did somebody put whiskey in there? Kidding, Mom. Kidding, Dad. L'chaim. We are going to remain standing for Aleinu on page 56. I want to call up Amy and Amaya, along with Harriet Rudderman, who are going to open the ark for us. Okay, this is, you always roll, you got to roll with the punches and roll with changes of plan. We're going to open the ark now, and we'll continue with Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, מושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד אלוהינו. כי לך תכרע כל ברך, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated.
יישר כוח.
Thank you so much. Mazel tov. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'll give you another one. We'll get more of those in there. Going to turn to the mourner's Kaddish in just a moment, and I'll ask anyone at that time who's reciting yard site as an appear to mourning or observing a yard site to rise. Before I do that, I want to share a poem. I've been sharing poems recently from this very powerful book. It's called The Widow's Handbook, Poetic Reflections on Grief and Survival. And, you know, it just tunes us and gets us ready. And every one of them seems more powerful. This is called Second Anniversary by Gail Braun Kamerat. She lost her husband when she was only 38. She's since remarried and built another life. But this is called Second Anniversary, Second Yard Site. Soon I'll start dating, maybe, a man whose heart has been slashed apart like mine. I'll fall in love again, marry someone my daughter will never know. Or worse, she will love him too. She'll ask him to walk her down the aisle, and she'll forget her father's birthday, his favorite song, how he played air drums at stoplights, the way his mustache turned gold in summer sun. Tonight we sit in silence, friends and I, watch Martins slice evening light away. I'm voiceless. Tomorrow my daughter leaves. I should have offered college nearby, asked her to wait a year. Someone holds out a fresh ruby-lit glass. My hand shakes as I lift it to my lips. I turn away to follow the Martins as they sky sweep Wonder if they stop singing even briefly when that last chick flees, spread wings toward the purple horizon. If you're saying Kaddish, please rise at this point. And can I just ask if you're willing to share the name of who you are reciting Kaddish for? And everyone else whose hearts are turned towards or remembering. Amy, did you have someone you're? Okay. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabba v'yalma divra k'utei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael b'agala v'zman kariv v'yamru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarak le'olam olamei almaya Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaler v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'richu v'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram b'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'romav Huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. May the one who makes peace in the high places bring each of you comfort, support, and the warm blessings of memory which somehow help us move through and past our grief. Lots of announcements. First of all, Amy, Aaron, congratulations. And to the entire family, there's so many here. Where did Amari go to? Oh, okay. I thought you were out playing basketball or something. You know, Amari, you were just so blessed to have multiple generations of family and connection here at this community, and to be rooted and to have your family from all over the country and Baltimore and so many other people here in support of you this weekend. And so we're just really happy and grateful, and just want to wish you all a mazal tov, congratulations at this life cycle moment. And remember, as I told you, now that he's an adult, you can send him out to work and you guys can take a break. It's just by the way I check to see if you're paying attention. If you've been coming to services over the last number of weeks, you know that Lisa Richmond was really, really worried that we were not going to be able to connect enough cans of the Pristincilla sweet potatoes. We committed to collecting 150 cans to make sure that 150 families will have a Thanksgiving who otherwise might not. And she's really, really worried. We are now only 5 cans away from reaching that goal, which means I have to tell you a quick story. There was a small town with exactly 10 people, and every day everyone showed up to make the minyan, the prayer quorum of 10 people. Finally, a new family was moving to town, and everyone was so excited that there would be more than 10 Jews in that town. And on the next day, after the family had moved in, only 5 people showed up to minyan. They all thought the other people were going to do that. So it may only sound like 5 cans, but that doesn't mean it's not on you or you or you or you to be the one who makes that. And speaking of that story, we've got minyan every day, Sunday 8:45, during the week at 7:15, and sometimes even with a lot more than 10 families, we still don't quite get there. So if you're in the area, if you want a good reason to get up earlier, early in the morning and get a good start to your day, the morning minyan would really appreciate it. Julie, I saw a hand up in the back.
Yes, we brought 4 cans today.
You know, you're messing up my math. I don't want them to know that. Now 1 can, no one's going to bring it. Okay. We do not get penalized if there are more than 150 cans. It just means someone gets seconds. Who doesn't like seconds? All right, What else is happening? In December, we're going to start collecting winter hats and gloves for Project Lemonade and toilet paper for Neighborhood House. So if you feel like sweet potatoes aren't your thing, there are other ways to give and contribute to our larger community. This Sunday, Brunch and Learn, Every Brain Needs Music. I really want to go to this, and I'm going to be away Saturday night. I leave for this retreat that I'm going on, but it's this fantastic book about music and the brain and how good it is for us. I saw it. I, of course, thought of you, but I thought of me because music is so important. So that's going to be a wonderful event. Men's Club is sponsoring that, I think. Cooking for Outside Inn at 12 on Sunday, also helping indigent and families in need in our community. Sisterhood Paid Up member event with Marlene at 4:30 in Stamford. If you're feeling more like movies, on Tuesday, November 19th, Wandering Jews has a movie matinee at 2 p.m. Between the Temples. Great movie. If you're thirstier, though, Beer and Bible at the Old Market Pub with Men's Club Thursday at 6:30 p.m. And if you're feeling wise or wanting to hang out with people who are wise, we've got Wise Women meeting on Thursday, November 21st at 12 p.m. That's just like the short stuff. Go on the website, look around, the emails. There's a lot more happening, many opportunities to engage, to learn, to grow, to praise. It's a full-service community here. Cantor, thank you very much. We are going to conclude with Adon Olam on page 211, and I think you're going to get maybe a little bit of help. Okay. Amari, we're fully like a pair of new hiking boots. We're breaking you in so that you'll be even more comfortable tomorrow than you are right now. You can come here by the microphone. Yeah, we got to be able to hear you. Okay, here. I got a book here, so you can use that one while they hold on to there. Okay. On the count of 200, all right?
All right.
One,
2.
200.
Great. Adon Olam, Asher Malah, B'Ternakol, Yitzir Nivra, L'Red Nasa, V'Nasachol, Azayin Eleshikol Mikra Adon Olam, B'Charei B'Yulachol, L'Igvanon Yokra Adon Olam, B'Huraya, B'Huyoyeh, Adon Olam, Asher Malah, B'Ternakol, Yitzir Nivra, Nasa, V'Jekol, Azayin Eleshimon Nikra Adon Olam, V'Yaredcha, V'Yitzeri, V'Adon Olam, V'Yinoiti, V'Yikali, Adon Olam, Asher Malah, Adonam Kol, Yitzir Nivra, V'Nasa, V'Asachol, Azayin Eleshimon Nikra Adon Olam, V'Yuredi, V'Hayrodi, V'Yisra Adon Olam, V'Yurnitzi, V'Yurnitzi, Adon Olam, Asher Malah, Adonam Kol, Yitzir Nivra, V'Nasa, V'Sachol, Azayin Eleshimon Nikra Adon Olam, V'Yado, V'Chikudki, V'Yitchanikol Adon Olam, V'Yimruchi, V'Yachli, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malah, Yedem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, V'Nasa, V'Asachol, Azayin Eleshimon Nikra Adon Olam.
Congrats. All right, kids, don't go anywhere, but do step back, because Cantor's going to make motzi and start slicing the challah, and we don't want him to slice you. Primarily because I don't want to visit him when they arrest him for doing that, so... Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Hey, Shabbat shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. And it is now officially safe to approach the challah board, right, Cantor? Put that knife away. Thank you.
Shabbat shalom.